Hello guys, again for another quick video. I thought I'd just showcase the end of the Old World Army Challenge entry that I have been painting over the last 6 months. The endurance painting contest is over. So the 30th of June was the last day for us to enter our miniatures. So like each month you're painting at least 200 points, but I was painting like way over that because a lot of the units in Chaos naturally are very high in points, and this is for 3rd edition, so 3rd edition costings for some of the units are like way over than they are for 4th and 5th edition anyway. So yeah, I basically, easily got in 1,000 points, no problem. I don't know exactly the total points cost for this entire army, but it's way over 1,000 points. I reckon it's close to 2,000 points now. But yeah, very enjoyable to do. I did this for Jesse, made in New Zealand. You probably know him as he's now sort of the head moderator or curator or the person in charge for our own Chrono Command podcast Army Challenge that we're going to run at the start of September. So I put Jess in charge of that to help me out with organising everything and collecting all the photographs and army lists from all the entrants that's going to partake in this massive, it's going to be massive, it's going to be like over 60 people I'd imagine that are going to enter this. But this is the wrap up for the Old World Army Challenge that we really enjoyed doing, and I think all the guys who participated had an enormous amount of fun, painting and photographing and then publishing their entries each month on the blog. If you've not seen the entries or you've never heard about the Old World Army Challenge, then you can find it on Blogspot. So just go to Blogspot or just go on the internet, just put in the Old World Army Challenge, it'll pop up straight away. You can go there and you can see so many wonderfully painted armies of all different kinds, mainly 3rd edition, but they do have 4th edition, quite a few 4th edition entries this time. Dave Lister's in there with his Wood Elves for 4th edition. I know there's a High Elf 4th edition army in there as well, and Chaos Dwarves and that kind of thing. But yeah, like all the guys are really passionate about Warhammer, passionate about the hobby, collecting miniatures, especially from this era, and they just made it their hobby to actually paint all that lead pile that they've been sitting around for many a year. And these kind of painting challenges are not about the best painted army, or it's not a painting contest at all. No matter what level of painter you are, it's just about getting us motivated, getting us painting miniatures, and getting our armies on the table. So luckily, even though this is Jesse's army, I'm fortunate enough to have it here in Japan for the time being until we can come to an arrangement of me either sending it to him or him coming over to Japan to pick it up, which is initially our plan, but the coronavirus sort of threw a massive spanner in the works there, but we'll see how it goes. But until that point, Jesse has been very kind in allowing me to actually use these in the battle reports coming up for the channel. I would love to have a go at these at some point. Johannes tried these out on our last live stream, and yeah, he kicked my dwarven butt with the chaos that he took on that day. Yeah, they look like a really interesting looking army. We've got 2 more demonettes now to add, so I'll need to paint those up and get those in that unit. So that means we'll have 6 demonettes, so they can cast spells apparently, and I would like to see some demons on the table rather than just Chaos Warriors and Beastmen and that kind of thing. They're more vanilla units, so having some demons on there will really give it some flavour. I think I'll run this, if I'm going to run it, personally, I mean, Johannes run it with a 5th edition list, I'm going to run it with 4th edition. So I can have the Beastmen and the Chaos Warriors in that list. I'm going to have the Marauders as Chaos Warriors for convenience, because you know they can't have Marauders in there. I don't think Marauders even existed in 4th edition. Not even in the, you know, the little white flyer they gave you with the 4th edition set. I have to check that actually. I have to check that one of the guys on the group, whether they actually did have a profile for Marauders. If they did, maybe as a house rule we can include those as allies or something under that profile and under those points. I mean, they don't actually have any special rules, I don't think. So yeah, we'll see what we can do with those. We've got Minotaurs, and I think they can be fielded in a group of 3. I don't think they need to be in a group of 5, a unit of 5 for 4th edition, but I'll need to check on that. But there are 4 more coming. Jesse's sending me those, and a Greater Demon of Slaanesh, the Keeper of Secrets, that I'll need to do for him as well. So it's not actually finished in terms of the army being painted. There are a few more models to go. I've got 4 ogres as well, which I can use as allies from Orc and Goblins. I can chuck those in as allies, which would be quite cool too. So this will be, yeah, a nice looking, you know, fully fledged army to play in the live streams in the future. Under my guidance, of course, under my caring hands, they'll be loved and well kept here, and taken care of very well and stored away. But yeah, I'm really glad I've made it. You know, 6 months, it sort of flew by, but you know, I painted quite a few miniatures. How many is that? That's 20, 40, that's 50, 53, 50, that's 57, 58, 59, 59 models. So, and I did take one mulligan through the 6 months. I think just 1 month I just couldn't do anything, and I just didn't get any time, so I had to just chuck 1 month as a mulligan. But you know, 5 months, that was 5 months painting. But yeah, I think the Beastmen I did before, you know, I think I did the Beastmen during the holidays, during the winter holidays, and I think I actually finished them before, well before the end of the month, the first month. So I was sort of flying ahead in the beginning, and then sort of slowed down as these things do. You know, you sort of get, your motivation sort of drops a little bit. You know, in the beginning you're sort of like flying through it, trying to get as much done as possible, because you know there's so many models to paint. I mean, I feel sorry for the guys who are doing like Orc and Goblins, like those really low point armies. I mean, doing that, wow, that takes some endurance. That really does. So hats off to those guys. And there are a few of those in the group that did like Skaven and that kind of thing. Yeah, Chaos is kind of like a cheap option out, because you've got really, really high points valued troops that you can paint quite a small number to reach your targets each month. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to paint, you know, a good sizable force. And I'm just going to just move that guy this way. He looks better that way. I'm just going to take some photographs in a minute, but I thought I'd just do a quick video for you guys to showcase it. And as you probably would appreciate that. And yeah, and then I can submit the final post for this year's Old World Army Challenge. So before I sign off, I'm just going to go through and just quickly pick up the camera and just go through and scan through all the units. The Beastman unit is probably my favourite unit of all. The models, the painting of them, and thanks again to my Belgian friend for sending these plastic banners. For nothing, he just sent it to me just to help me out, just to have some conversions for the banners, because I didn't know what I was going to do with them. I was going to make them out of paper and all that kind of thing. So he very kindly sent me those, which is awesome of him, and it really helped me out. And Jesse's really happy with those banners. Demonettes I really love too. I love those models. Wow, they're so cool to paint. So I'm looking forward to painting the other two as well. They're such great figures. The Minotaurs too are really nice as well, of course. Marauders were probably my least favourite unit, if I'm really to be honest with you. Apart from the Chaos Champions, they were cool, but apart from a few standout models, I think the rest were pretty ordinary. And that's just my my subjective view on those particular designs, but you know, they're not my favorite. Chaos Marauders or Thugs or whatever, just not really my, not the way I sort of think of Chaos armies generally. I quite like the idea of Beastmen and Chaos Warriors and Demons and Trolls and Minotaurs and all those kind of things. I really like that sort of makeup to the Chaos armies. So we'll leave it there for now, guys. You'll see these definitely featured in more live streams in the future. I'm definitely going to take them for a spin. Jesse's going to take them through on a spin in a remote game. And yeah, we'll see if we can beat these buggers, because so far they're in the one game they've played, they're unbeatable. So let's see if we can put it to the test and see how we go with them. Okay, guys, signing off. Take care of yourselves out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye-bye.